Every big transformation you've ever seen in someone's life usually begins with something surprisingly small. Not a massive leap, not an overnight change, but tiny daily habits that seem almost too simple to matter. And yet, when repeated day after day, those small actions build into something powerful enough to reshape your entire life. This is the power of tiny daily habits. Most people think change comes from willpower, from setting huge goals, or from making radical decisions. But the truth is, real change comes from the little things you do consistently, the things so small they almost feel invisible. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't spend hours on it, you don't need motivation to do it, and you don't see the difference right away. But after weeks, months, and years, that tiny habit protects you from decay and keeps your smile healthy. That's how powerful small habits can be. The brain is wired to love what's easy and repeatable. When you try to take on a massive change all at once, your brain resists because it feels overwhelming. But when you start with something so tiny it feels effortless, your brain accepts it, and soon it becomes automatic. And once it's automatic, it no longer drains your energy. It starts building momentum. Imagine deciding to write a book. Telling yourself to write 500 pages feels impossible, but writing just one paragraph a day, that feels doable. And one day you wake up and realize your paragraphs have turned into chapters and your chapters into a finished book. The same is true with health. You don't need to run a marathon to change your life. Start by walking 5 minutes a day. Drink 1 glass of water when you wake up. Do a single push-up before bed. It sounds silly, but tiny actions like these build discipline and create a ripple effect. Because here's the secret: habits don't exist in isolation. One small habit often sparks another. You start drinking more water, and suddenly you crave healthier food. You start reading 1 page a night, and soon you want to learn more during the day. This chain reaction is where the real transformation happens. But tiny daily habits also matter because of something even deeper: identity. When you commit to small habits, you're not just changing what you do, you're changing how you see yourself. Reading 1 page a night may not feel like much, but it tells your brain, I am a reader. Doing 1 push-up says, I am someone who cares about fitness. Writing 1 paragraph tells you, I am a writer. And once your identity shifts, your actions naturally follow. Another powerful thing about tiny habits is that they remove the excuse of time. You might not have 2 hours a day to work out, but you have 2 minutes. You might not have a whole weekend to write, but you have 60 seconds to jot down a thought. And those seconds, when stacked daily, create progress that no burst of willpower can ever match. The human brain thrives on consistency, not intensity. It's not about how much you can do once. It's about what you can sustain over and over. And tiny daily habits are the bridge between who you are today and who you want to become. So if there's one thing to take away from this, it's that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. You just need to start small. So small that failure isn't even possible. Because when you lower the bar to something tiny, you guarantee success. And that success builds confidence. And confidence fuels bigger actions. That's how mountains are moved, not with one giant shove, but with tiny daily pushes that never stop. So if you want to change your life, stop focusing on huge resolutions and start focusing on the tiniest habits you can repeat every day. Because in the end, it's not the massive changes that matter most. It's the little daily choices that quietly and steadily shape the person you become. And years from now, you'll look back and realize those tiny habits were never small at all. They were everything.